Over the hills and far away, there's a land of dreams where I sometimes play. I drift like a snowflake in a blizzard. In the kingdom of fairies, I'm a magical wizard. I float along the Milky Way. In my fantasy land, I like to play. I'm Cinderella in a crystal palace. I'm in Wonderland, just like Alice. Over the hills and far away, there's a land of dreams where I sometimes play. I've walked across fields, I've climbed over stiles. I must have walked for miles and miles. I splashed through mud, got chased by sheep. I said hello to little Bo Peep. I trampled through grass about 2 feet tall. I pushed Humpty Dumpty off of his wall. And I ploughed a furrow over meadow and hill. I played hopscotch with Jack and Jill. When the rain came down like falling rocks, I had my tea with Goldilocks. Then I made my way through a mystic wood. I saw 3 little pigs and Red Riding Hood. And from each flower I plucked a petal. I came to the rescue of Hansel and Gretel. But then my journey, it came to its end. I know it's not real, but it's nice to pretend. The scarecrow stood alone in a field of corn, protecting his crops from dusk till dawn, until one day, or so I am told, the poor old scarecrow caught a cold. Then it is said, when he began to cough, his head exploded and his arms fell off. His legs gave way and his torso hit the floor. So it was lucky that the scarecrow was made out of straw. Willy the Wiggly Worm. Deep in this countryside, where it's muddy and hilly, lived a wiggly worm whose name was Willy. He burrowed his way through the dampened ground to dig many tunnels. He was duty bound. Willy always dug with passion and zest. To help irrigation, he'd do his best. But deep in the countryside, where it's muddy and hilly, you'll find many worms, just like Willy. Don't kill the little wiggly worm, Mr. Sparrow, please, I pray. For the little wiggly worm has only come out to play. But Mr. Sparrow had to feed the chicks up in his nest. The wiggly worm had no escape, and nature did the rest. For his little hungry chicks, Mr. Sparrow had a feast. As for the little wiggly worm, alas, he is deceased. Over the hills and far away, there's a land of dreams where I sometimes play. I drift like a snowflake in a blizzard. In the kingdom of fairies, I'm a magical wizard. I float along the Milky Way. In my fantasy land, I like to play. I'm Cinderella in a crystal palace. I'm in Wonderland, just like Alice. But over the hills and far away, there's a land of dreams where I sometimes play.